Okay. Stop that. What are you going to do, right? What's going on? Oh. Right. Not that. Okay. Let's see. Start up. Hello, everybody. Welcome in and welcome back. Wasn't really sure how to do this. Bear with me. Still trying to get my... This works. A little bit more, a little bit more. Okay. I'm working in a different configuration today, so bear with me. I just wanted to make sure that I get a little light over here. Ah, my bald spot. Okay. One more setting to check. Alright, everything looks good. Sadie's gonna sit over there and sulk because she saw me getting dressed, and it's about time we go for our walk. What? Lay down. Okay. Oh, so, how is everybody doing today? The weekend is coming to a close, and it seemed like it just flew by for no good reason. Seeing as how it's sort of blasphemous to have a water bottle without a cap and some security device to make sure it doesn't go wonky, especially during magic viewing collections. Wow, this microphone is really powerful. Okay. Okay, so what are we doing today? I am gonna go through let go. I'm gonna go through some totes. We will set this up over here. This is gonna work a couple lingering things. I've been meaning to do this for a while. And by this I mean do a magic stream, just showing my cards. That and the fact that I came across whatever this is. Someday, somehow, I don't know. Somebody said, maybe somebody said I need to single this out or something. I don't know. But I got my binders ready. And, you know, unfortunately, they're not in any... The binders are not situated in any particular order, but they are sorted inside the binders. I'm trying to figure out what the best layout for me is going to be. I just want to be able to grab everything. Ooh, Fallen Empires. Who remembers that one? Is that when Magic started going in the wrong direction when we got Fallen Empires? All right. I should Currently, there is a Magic tournament going on, and I was like, "Oh, you know, okay, this is my incentive to get my Magic collection out." My friend Synctel is doing some Jedi Survivor. I'm trying to figure out which ones I need to start with. Probably this one. I think it's probably this one. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's this one. We'll just go through. I'm picking up the red binder first. Whatever this is. I think it's just Ice Age stuff. I also have complete view, if that works for everybody. Although this cord needs to come out of the way. Okay, let's see. You might have to guide me when it comes to being able to see any of the cards specifically or more clearly. Perhaps I can bring this down a little bit more. I just have to be careful when it comes to taking the binder away. Hope everybody's weekend is going good. I also still have just boxes. I think this was a time when I decided the binders were not exactly, what's the word I'm looking for? Storage conscious. I don't know. The bigger story is that I was running out of room and I couldn't get more binders. And all right, let's see. So what are these? Atari unicorns. And each page should have like a playable set, unless they're just one. What I did, my layout for this is if there are multiples, then each one has either 4 or 5 of them in there, unless there was just one left. This one's 5. I also left one pocket out of each page, and that's so that I could grab and turn. I was pretty particular about it. And a car unicorn. I also believe that the binders are sorted first in color and then alphabetically after that. I think it was like the easiest way to just bring it home, I guess. And a car unicorn. This apparently is one of the Ice Age binders. Add either blue mana or blue mana and 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. Yeah, okay, see, back when this was going on, we had mana burn, so we couldn't just, all willy-nilly with our mana. I'm gonna store up all this mana. Mana burn. I can't believe I'm explaining this. For those not in the know, is that if you had any mana left in your mana pool at the end of your turn, you take 1 damage for every mana that was left in your mana pool, colorless or otherwise. So you're thinking to yourself, why not get the blue mana and the colorless mana? Because sometimes we didn't need it. It's a 2/2 creature. Arctic Foxes. Well, let's see. This mana is usable only for cumulative upkeep. Oh yeah, and that's one of those weird... I mean, the concept probably started before this, but cumulative upkeep was heavy in the Ice Age. Play this ability as an interrupt. Well, there was a certain phase you had to do cumulative upkeep. I don't know how you could do that as an interrupt. Go figure. If defending, player controls any snow-covered lands. Oh, the snow-covered, I totally forgot about that. There's probably a binder with... I kept the colors, usually like 2 colors to a binder. And then I think I had colorless cards like lands and artifacts in one binder. Wouldn't that be kind of really freaky right now? Come do some Magic tournaments nowadays and whip out some snow-covered lands, and everybody's like, I just can't do it. Banding, flying, and first strike. Target. So what is that? Keldorian Sky Knight. Kelsinko Ranger. Target green creature gains first strike until end of turn. Circle of Protection blue. Prevent all damage against you from one blue source. If a source deals damage to you more than once a turn, you may pay 1 color spent each time to prevent the damage. Wow. Okay. Circle of Protection black. These were also in 4E, I think. Probably in a bunch of stuff. Now I hope like the Magic community is not going to be angry with me because I don't really do Magic all that often. In fact, this is my first Magic stream in about 2 years of streaming. So don't think me a Magic tease. I'm a card tease. And it's like, when are you gonna do Magic again? Actually, what I wanted to do was round out this viewing session with the PS1 game Magic the Gathering Battle Mage. Some of this artwork is just so cool. Circle of Protection red. Circle of Protection white. Circle of Protection green. That's not in alphabetical order, is it? Circle of Protection, like, first one should be black, then blue, then green, then red, then white. Oops. I'll think about fixing that. Oh, enchantments. Ad break. Streaming is my one real source of income other than the other source of income that I have. So I run ads, 10 cents an hour. That's pretty much what I get. It'll help though. I mean, I'm not buying magic cards anymore, so I'm not using it for that. I'm keeping up with what I can. I could probably sell all these and make a good amount of money. All blocking creatures get +1/+1 till end of turn. Oh, rally. Okay. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. White was good at doing some basically all protection stuff. Target creature, enchant creature. Now, is that for everyone or just the one you can spend? See, these aren't in alphabetical order either. Okay, so maybe I don't have them in alphabetical order. Sadie, what are you doing? She's a little mad right now. She saw me getting dressed and she's like, oh, we're gonna go. I'm like, no, we can go afterwards. Come here. She's so cute. Besides, we went to the park the other day. You should be happy. You want to come up here? You want to come up here? Sadie, why are you smelling? Go figure. If anybody wants me to like take one out to get a clearer look at the card, just give me a sign. Give me a sign. Give me a chat. Don't be afraid to chat either. And you know, going through these cards, it's like, how can I make a really good deck? But Magic has changed so much since 1995. Hey, Polly. Lurking through to make a presentation. A presentation? You're making a presentation of what? lurking, though, to make a presentation. You said, oh, I said through, sorry. You typed it right. If you got input, let me know. Oh, what's your project? Are you snapping pictures of my cards? Yeah, these cards. Let's see. What is this? Regenerate target creature. For 1 white mana, you can regenerate target creature. And there are no limitations on it. Let's see. Can I get a good solid view of... I doubt it. Oh yeah, look at that. 1995. That's about when I bought just a bunch of these. I gave a shout out to Jelly. He's not up and around, I guess, right now. And this is like the one thing I said I would stream for him so he could like come in and watch it, but that's okay. I'll have the VOD up for a while. Jelly, I gave you some shout outs. All right, let's see. Neuro stuff, huh? Neuro stuff? Are you a neurobiologist? Do you study tumors? Gain 1 life and draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Target creature gains +1/+1 to end turn. Leaves play this turn. Bury the guard. Use this ability only when attack or defense is announced and only if the defending player controls no snow-covered lands. Oh, I guessed right. Oh, okay. Studying tumors. I'm only guessing because I watched The Big Bang Theory and Amy's field of expertise is neurobiology, based on the fact that Maya Bialik is actually a neurobiologist. So, I mean, she probably wrote her own scripts. I think one of the funniest ones is she's like, come on, mama needs a tumor. And she's like cutting into a brain. When does anybody need a tumor, right? What is this? A speck of something on my page. All right. Banding. Was banding like... Did Ice Age start the banding process? Because I don't remember it previously. Like Ice Age was right after 4E, wasn't it? Prevent 1 damage to any non-green creature or any player, or up to 2 damage to any green creature. Banding. Because I don't remember banding being much of a thing prior to this. 3 damage. Sacred Boon. Okay, this is an example of probably I didn't have enough. Banding. Target attacking creature deals no damage in combat this turn. Oh wow. For 1 white mana? Okay. Justice. Enchantment. That's a high cost for this. 2 colorless, 2 white. During your upkeep, pay 2 white mana or destroy Justice. Whenever a red creature or spell. Oh, see, that's errata right there. You need to say red creature or red spell deals damage. Justice deals an equal amount of damage to the controller of that creature or spell. If another spell or effect reduces the amount of damage a red creature or spell deals, it does not reduce the amount of damage dealt by Justice. Oh, interesting. Sacrifice enchantment to destroy target enchantment. Counter target enchantment. Wow, that's a lot. Cumulative upkeep. 2. Jeez. During each player's upkeep, Cold Snap deals 1 damage to that player for each snow-covered land he or she controls. Now, this probably wouldn't do very well in games today. I mean, do they do any different styles of lands nowadays? Because you had snow-covered lands here. Oh, thank you. I keep them nice and fresh. Do they have like... Oh, you just look at the cards. Okay. Well, don't be shy if you want me to zoom in on something. I'm just kind of going through. Blue Scarab. Oh, I was getting all these scarabs. I don't think I got the white scarab, the blue scarab, the black scarab, the green scarab, and the red scarab. Target creature gains +2/+2 as long as any opponent controls any blue cards, white cards. That creature cannot be blocked by the same color. Huh. Magic the Gathering is at the time, and probably still now, collectible card game. So you go and you buy your packs and you open them up and you build your decks and then you fight against somebody. And it's all about strategies and deck building. So if you know prior to your opponent what they have in their deck, you can probably build a really nice counter deck. Return Snowhound to owner's hand and target blue or green creature you control to owner's hand. When Prismatic Ward comes into play, choose a color. All damage dealt to target creature by sources of that color is reduced to 0. See, that's good to have, just like a sort of a general sense. Like, after you've been playing a while, you bring out a creature, and then you can put this enchantment on it, and you already know what the other person is playing, so you say, block all blue damage. Is it a big brain game? There's some strategies to it. I'm not gonna say it's like a chess thing, but it is competitive. Where's Sadie? Sadie. There she is. Okay. She's hiding. She's hiding right over there. So the amount of brains required to play this game, yeah, intermediate level style strategies. Order of the White Shield. Protection from black. First strike until end of turn, +1, +0 till end of turn. Sky Captain, so what are these? These are Sky Knights. Okay. Drought. What is this? Swords to Plowshares. Remove target creature from the game. That creature's controller gains life equal to its power. Interesting. During your upkeep, pay 2 white mana or destroy Drought. Before a spell that requires black mana as a part of its casting cost may be cast, or an ability that requires black mana as part of its activation cost may be played, control of that spell or ability sacrifices a swamp for each black mana in the spell's casting cost or the ability's activation cost. That's interesting. White and black really hate each other. There's like the ring of the colors is like white, black, green, red, blue. White hates black. Blue hates red, I think. But to make a white and a black deck, you share the strengths and weaknesses in tandem, so it's like you can make a pretty good, they had nicknames for like the black and blue decks were called bruisers. The black and red decks were like Superman decks. So this is Order of the Sacred. This is Order of the White Shield. Okay, and this is Order of the Sacred Torch. Pay 1 life to destroy target black spell. Effects that prevent or redo damage cannot be used to counter this loss of life. Play this ability as an interrupt. 0 mana. Return Blinking Spirit to owner's hand. Don't look at it. Maybe it'll go away. That's cute. You can literally just be like, come back. But man, it's 3 colorless mana and 1 white mana. 2/2 creature, I mean, that's fine, but like it should have flying or something. Play with the cards in your hand face up on the table. If you draw a creature card from your library, discard it. Okay, so you play this card, you lay your hand out to see, so everybody can see it. Whenever a creature goes into your graveyard from play, put that creature into your hand. Oh, okay. Summon Angel. Flying. What is this? Seraph. Okay. At the end of a turn which any creature is damaged by Seraph and put into the graveyard, put that creature directly into play under your control as though if it were just summoned. If you lose control of Seraph, or if Seraph leaves play, bury the creature. That's interesting. Okay, here we come to the end of the white. Cumulative upkeep 1. Damage dealt by instants, interrupts, and sorceries is reduced to 0. Creatures with flying do not untap during the controller's untap phase. Okay, green cards. Trample. Nice. Untap target land. Play this ability as an interrupt. Horses. If Tarpan is put in a graveyard from play, gain 1 life. Well, I mean, they're 1/1 creatures. You just kind of like use them as a life sources, I guess. Oh, look at these little gremlins. They're so cute. Which is, you know, gremlins are usually red creatures, I think. Gremlins, well, goblins, more accurately. When I had a job, I called all my coworkers my minions. These are called brownies. Okay. They're covered in snow because it's Ice Age. Everything, the whole of the continent was covered in snow for the Ice Age, and it changed some things. Changed some things around. It was the opportunity to introduce something new. So, because instead of just regular lands, you could have snow-covered lands, and the snow-covered lands kind of function like regular lands, but they have the title. I mean, you have to get very specific. They have the title of snow-covered, whatever it is. And some of these cards are directly affecting or affected by snow-covered lands. So it was a whole big thing. Pretty sure I can find something. Ooh, spiders. Spiders can block creatures with flying. Usually that's a thing. The spiders can block creatures with flying because of the webs. You really had to stretch your imagination. Flying creatures can only be blocked by other flying creatures, normally. But, like, you know, in the case of spiders, they can block flying creatures. There's some walls that can block flying creatures, if I remember right. Gorilla Pack summons Gorilla Pack. Gorilla Pack cannot attack if defending player controls no forests. Bury Gorilla Pack if you control no forests. Elves. That's quite a lot. 2 colorless mana and 1 green mana for a 1/1 creature. It's like draw a card after on the next turn, and that's it. Come on. Giant Growth. 1 green mana. Target creature gains +3/+3 until end of turn. That sounds pretty useful. Untap target creature. Okay, so this one right here. Dryad. Its native ability is called snow-covered forest walk. So if your opponent has snow-covered forest as a land, this creature cannot be blocked. Whenever they have, whatever walk, they just go right on through. You can't block them with anything. There's other things you can hit them with, but when they're going in for an attack, you can't normally block them if you have whatever walk they have, like Swamp Walk. If you control swamps and somebody else has a Swamp Walk creature, they're just coming in doing damage. Chub Toad. It's a 1/1 creature. Chub Toad gets +2/+2 until end of turn when blocking or blocked. Well, geez, why? I get it, because if there's a spell, it's 2 colorless mana, 1 green mana. But it's a 1/1 creature normally. So if it's not attacking or defending, you have a chance to target it with a spell. He's not smoking anything. That's actually, it looks like somebody's hand. Sticking out of his mouth. Like a puffer fish. He just got completely engorged and just took a bite out of whatever was coming at him. It's headed right for us. So if this creature is the target of a spell, the spell only needs to do 1 damage. If it's attacking or being attacked, it puffs up. So the strategy there is attack it with the spell to get it out of the way. The cigarette was a better option, probably. Woolly Mammoth. And a Sealed Worm, spelled WURM. It's a 7/6. The first number is the attack number, and the second number is the defense. So that's how much damage it does. The first number is how much damage it does. The second number is how many hit points it has, basically. And that's a big casting cost. 7 colorless mana. Wow. I guess it's worth it though. Woolly Mammoth gains trample as long as you control any snow-covered lands. Trample is if a creature is fighting another creature and the creature deals enough damage to kill that creature and it still has damage left over to do, it goes on to the opponent's controller. It goes on into the controller of that creature. So this is a 3/2. So if it was fighting a 1/1 creature, it deals 1 damage to that creature, and the other 2 damage can go to the opponent. Folk of the Pines. +1, +0. Oh, that's pretty good. Tinderwall. Tinderwall. Summon the wall. It's a 0. So walls typically are 0 creatures for attacking damage. That's exactly what I said, Tinderwall. But they usually have a toughness factor, so their hit points are up to 3. But it does no damage. It's a wall. It's a passive thing. It does not go out and attack. There are some walls that do damage. And there are enchantments you can give to walls or something that says to give it some power. Ad break. Give me a moment. Oh. Vex, how you doing? Welcome in, Vex. It is the entire Jelly crew, and he's not here. Okay. I'm going to speed up the process. We've been here for an hour and I haven't even been through one binder. I think at the very worst case scenario, I could probably do another day of streaming my collection, which will probably happen now that it's down here and not upstairs. I don't want to take it all back up there and then bring it all back down here. So we were just commenting on the Tinder wall. That's what it's called. Focus, damn it. There we go. Regeneration. When regeneration comes into play, choose target creature. Regenerate creature. That seems easy enough. When Earth lore comes into play, choose a target land you control. Tap land Earth to receive to target. Oh, okay. Interesting. Destroy all enchantments or destroy all non-white enchantments. Summon wolves. Gains banding if you control any planes. There's a worm. Worms are big. So like we saw the sealed worm. This is the WURM. I've given up on love. Dating be blocked forever. Okay, well, if that works for you, I'm not gonna give you a speech about don't give up on love, because we're all different people. Just don't give up on the self-love. Don't give up on the self-love, because the self-love is the most important, you know. What does Sophie Kaczynski say? She says, nobody does me better than me. Thought leech. Oh, this is ugly. There's like a parasite on somebody's head. Whenever an island controlled by a target creature becomes tapped, gain 1 life. That's interesting. Fanatical Fever. Target creature gains trample and +3/0 till end of at the end of combat, destroy all creatures blocking or blocked by target creature this turn. That's nice. It'll change once the next girl gives me attention. Oh, okay. So this is just a phase you're going through? Whiteout. Oh, this is interesting. All creatures with flying lose flying until end of turn. If whiteout is in your graveyard, you may sacrifice a snow-covered land to return whiteout to your hand. How many do I think I have? I have 2 binders of this many. And you know, that's including boxes full. Thank you. I'm surprised you haven't commented on my movie selection yet. Or have you commented on my movie selection? All these are cards right here, yes. Binders. I've got big thick binders. I've got thinner thick binders. Boxes. This is my box of visions. I think this is the only visions card set I have. This is why I don't have any streaming services. I don't have Hulu. I don't have Netflix. You recorded them all. I'm in the process of doing my Pokemon ones. Your Pokemon cards. Thank you. I'm trying not to be that guy that just kind of shows off, but oh, doesn't she look like she's having fun? She just got some herbal essences. This is pollen. Okay, so the card focus is supposed to be on the plant and not not the creature. This is all creatures get -1, -0 until end of turn. So the effect is the actual plant is the actual thing that so she's either getting some psychedelic on or she's having an allergy attack or something. Actually, and this isn't even all of it. If I turn my laptop over here, I've got another whole shelf full over here. And here's even yet another shelf full right there. That is my whole collection. Pollen. You're smoking some pollen? Hurricane. Hurricane deals X damage to each creature with flying and each player. Interesting. Target creature may untap one additional time this turn. That creature may attack or use abilities that require tap as part of the activation cost this turn. Draw a card at the beginning. I heard that. Sadie's being really pissy right now. Oh, look at this. Lure. It's a fishing hook attached to like a goblin. All creatures able to block target creature must do so. Oh, okay. I get it. So this one has Swamp Walk. If you control any swamps, he can just go over and do damage. It's Big Raptor or something. Alright, what's my next binder? Yeah. Got time to do my homework. Oh, come on. Okay, so we're in the Blue Ice Age. Do I need to unzoom a little bit? Hey, don't knock it. Sometimes those presentations, you really gotta get your stuff together. Blue is famous for counter spells. You try and do something, and it's like, I got 2 mana. The saying used to go, never trust a player with untapped islands. That's where you get your blue mana from. It's like, because if they end their turn and they still have some untapped islands, they're looking to do a counter spell. And isn't this chick very like Grace Jones warrior chick? During your upkeep, you may change the color of shift to any color or combination of colors. Yes, always make your presentations with no question marks. I used to have to make presentations myself, and you know what? Half the time I was just repeating what everybody else used to say. And all the presentations that I had to build from scratch was just, usually just figures and stuff. It's like, oh, okay, this is just the status update. Here we go. Target snow-covered land becomes a 2/2 creature until end of turn. The target still counts as a land but cannot be tapped for mana if it comes into play on a side this turn. I don't know honestly that the Ice Age was the first expansion to like really change a huge part of the format with the snow-covered lands and all the snow-covered like specific creatures. But I think maybe it had something to do. It had something to do with that. Oh, this one's pretty freaky. Lay your hands upon me. It's called Infuse. Untap target artifact, creature, or land and draw a card at the beginning of your next turn. This is very Lawnmower Man here. Snowland sounds super cool, Alright, let me see. It might be in this binder. Nope. I'll be sure to find some snow-covered lands somewhere. Cards. Here's a box of Ice Age. This probably has. These are just basic lands. I will find for you some snow-covered lands. I know I just saw them somewhere too. Ah, here we go. Here's some snow-covered lands. They act as normal lands, but they're specifically titled. See, these are the snow-covered plains. How do I arrange them? You know, I need to arrange them, I think, is the proper response to that question. I had them in binders. Like, these binders are color expansion, and I thought they were alphabetical, but I think what I did was I took the most numbered cards and then I filled them up first, and then I went to the least numbered cards. So if I had like 20 of some card, that would be like up here first, and then I would just keep going for the same color, the same expansion, until I get to the one where it's like I only have one of that card. Where did this come from? Over here, I think. See, these are a snow-covered plain. This is a snow-covered forest. These are plains. This is a forest. This is a snow-covered swamp. Snow-covered mountains. That one's pretty cool. Snow-covered mountain. Well, this one looks pretty cool. This is the snow-covered island. It's got little moai heads on it. Was that here? I don't think this was here. I think this is here, honestly. You get bored instantly. I hear you. A friend of mine has this app where you like snap a picture of it and it shows you like everything about it and how much it's worth, and like it instantly just builds a database, which I need to just like have that. Maybe. I'm pretty sure I can ask him what it was. Clairvoyance. So these are Blue Ice Age. Get back into the Neanderthal. Thunderwall. Flying. Oh, this is a flying wall. 1 blue mana turns it into +1/+1 till end of turn. Usually walls can do nothing but defend. He looks very Oh, they can't detect old cards? Wow. That seems deficient. Do you play Yu-Gi-Oh? Does anybody play Yu-Gi-Oh? Zurin spellcaster deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So this is the Ice Age version of Timmy. There's a card, the Prodigal Sorcerer, I think it's called, and you tap to do 1 damage. The illustration was by somebody I think named Tim. What we call him? Timmy. Oh. This is merely red and black. The C word is still banned? Really? Okay, the illustration was not done by some guy named Tim. But that's him. Same cost, same effect. He's just in, oh, this is my 3E stuff. That's just his Ice Age version. And it looks, well, see, you typed content. Oh, is the C word. Ah, that's what you meant. I didn't read it as a question. My bad. We good. We all good. Here's a illusionary wall. That's pretty cool. Flying and first strike. Cumulative upkeep. 1 blue mana. With cumulative upkeep, there's an upkeep phase at the beginning of like the turns. You like untap and then upkeep. You have to pay your mana in order to keep certain things. It's like a bribe, basically. When it's cumulative, you start with whatever the card says it is, and then you like have to double it the next time. So this is 1 blue mana. The next turn you'd have to pay 2 blue mana. Otherwise you have to like get rid of the card. Power Sync. Counter target spell unless that caster pays an additional X. Player must draw and pay all available mana from lands and mana pool until X is paid. He or she may also pay mana from other sources if desired. Oh, look, this guy. Brainstorm. Draw 3 cards, then take 2 cards from your hand and put them on top of your library. Wow. Let's see. Shaman. looks like a misprint. Have you looked at the collector's edition thing yet? Have I missed it? No, I haven't. I haven't broke out my collector's edition yet. Didn't I show you already? Haven't you seen my collector's edition already? I was gonna get through some here. If anybody wanted to see like my Black Lotus, I'd just kind of whip it out on occasion. The black something? I don't know. The Black Lotus. Snowfall. Ooh, cumulative upkeep. Islands may produce an additional blue when tapped for mana. This mana is used only for cumulative. Snow-covered islands may produce either an additional 2 blue mana or an additional 1 blue mana when tapped for mana. Only for cumulative upkeep. Cumulative upkeep was huge in the Ice Age. Ad break time. It was a big funny flower week. Das funny flowers. More stuff. Okay, we're going from black to blue. Oh, look at this. It's the Silver Surfer. It's called the Sibilant Spirit. What a great name to call us an S spirit. Sibilant Spirit. Illusionary terrain. All basic lands of one type become basic lands of a different type of your choice. That's nice. Pestilence rats. Pestilence rats have the power equal to the total number of other rats in play, no matter who controls them. For example, as long as there are 2 other rats in play, pestilence rats has power and toughness. 2, 3. Okay. You know, black did a lot of that in general, because they wanted you to like have all these small minor creatures and just like gang up on somebody. I'm expecting a few packages soon. Let's see. Shade. Shade. It's like a horde shade, but without the D. Shade. Seizures. Black is just a total evil color. That's all it is. Soul burn deals 1 damage to it. This guy looks like he's got something up his sleeve. It's an imp. Brine Shaman. Cloak of Confusion. This one's looks pretty cool. Very kimono style. Burnt Offering. It's a very Wicker Man. Touch of Death. To gain 1 life, that's kind of a high cost. Foul Familiar. Songs of the Damned. Gangrenous Zombies. Sacrifice Gangrenous Zombies to have it deal 1 damage to each creature and player. If you control any snow-covered swamps, Gangrenous Zombies instead deals 2 damage. Oh, Mind Ravel. I remember this. This was a famous card because I think it was like on the cover of magazines or books or something that had to deal with Ice Age. So you saw that picture everywhere. Dark Ritual. Add 3 to your mana pool. You have to pay 1 in order to add 3, which means you're only getting 2. Use it as a boost. Mind warp, this poor guy. Mole worms. Who here has seen the old 70s 80s movie Flash Gordon? Bring me the boar worms. No, not the boar worms. Sorry. I just had to that's what just it reminds me of. Bring me the mole worms. No, not the boar worms. Princess Aura was cool. They should have done some more with her. Stench of Evil. This one says target creature gains Swamp Walk. Oh, here's a vampire. This one was on here. What is this? This is a page of... These are stronghold cards. Why are these here? Huh. Don't know. Stronghold. Stronghold. Let's see. And then we get back into Ice Age artifacts. Lapis Lazuli Talisman. Untap target permanent. Use this ability only when a blue spell is successfully cast and only once for each blue spell cast. Okay, so there's the green one, blue, black. No, this one's red, sorry. Green, blue, red, white, and black. Comes into play tapped. The pit trap. Oh, that was just the view on this seems so bad. Sacrifice pit trap to bury target creature without flying that is attacking you. You just fell into a pit of spikes, my friend. Celestial Sword. This one's called the Naked Singularity. Oh gosh, that's kind of a weird card. I guess that would be interesting for a chaos deck. Cumulative upkeep is 3 though. Oh my gosh, you have to pay 3 on the first turn, then 6 on the next turn, then 9 on the next turn. This says, instead of their normal mana, plains produce red mana, islands produce green mana, swamps produce white mana, mountains produce blue mana, and forests produce swamps. That's if it wasn't so rough on the cumulative upkeep. Jeez. Not all upkeep is cumulative though. If it's just upkeep, then you pay the base of whatever it's asking. You don't have to keep doubling it. Wall of Shields. Walking Wall. This is an artifact creature, counts as a wall. Walking Wall gets +3, -1 until end of turn, and can attack this turn. Most walls can't attack. They can usually only be defenders. Comes into play under your control. Use this ability. Oh, Walking Wall cannot attack the turn. It comes into play on your control. Okay. Urza's Bauble. Skull Catapult. Barbed Sextant. Sacrifice Barbed Sextant to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Play this ability as an interrupt. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. Sacrifice a land to gain 2 life. Infinite Hourglass. What is going on? Oh, these are lands. Okay, these are specific lands. Okay. So instead of the snow-covered lands, these are something else. These are almost dual lands from the Ice Age. It's just a way for them to have put dual lands in the expansion, but you have to. There's a few extra rules when you're dealing with these lands. If there are any depletion counters on these lands, it does not untap during your untap phase. Instead, at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a depletion counter from the land cap. So the untap phase is very first thing you do, and then you do your upkeep. So it cannot untap unless later on in your turn you get a card that says untap a land. And you can add either, this one is, you can add either a white mana or a blue mana, and then put a depletion counter on it when you tap it. Tap that land! Tap that land! Is that? Add 1 colorless to your mana pool, add 1 white to your mana pool, and deals 1 damage to you. Add 1 blue to your mana pool, and it deals 1 damage to you. Interesting. You may choose not to untap Ice Flow during your untap phase. Tap. Target creature without flying is attacking you. As long as Ice Flow remains untapped or tapped, that creature cannot untap. Oh wow, interesting. Tap that. Exactly. I get a little pissy if there's like specks of dirt. Underground River. Glacial Chasm. Cumulative upkeep is 2 life. Oh my gosh. When Glacial Chasm comes into play, sacrifice a land. You cannot attack. All damage dealt to you is reduced to 0. But you have to pay 2 life. I mean, geez. Sulphurous Springs. Oh, Brushland. Oh, and this is a... Oh, these are some legends in the Ice Age. Spider, another spider. Ooh, it's called Giant Trapdoor Spider. Ew, nasty. So legends are usually multicolored cards. Casting cost for this is 1 colorless, 1 red, and 1 green. So you have to build your decks basically on what you're going to put in it. They were normally very, very powerful cards. This one is an enchantment. During your upkeep, pay 1 white and 1 blue, or destroy glaciers. That's not a cumulative upkeep, that's just a regular upkeep. All mountains become plains. Basically the reverse of Urza's sunglasses, where all plains could be either plains or mountains. What is this? It's upside down. Homelands. This is an expansion called Homelands. Statistics homework is really interesting. I think statistics is based off of a lot of theory. I don't know. It reminds me of geometry in the fact that you had to prove all these theorems and write it down and blah blah blah. What did Homelands bring to Magic? The Clockwork Gnomes. The road is long and hard. I hear you. My calculus final in high school, our classes were 44 minutes long. My calculus final in high school was 4 problems. I think I just barely finished the last one before class was up. It was, I mean, it got a little interesting. It's like take the second derivative, blah, 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 or find whatever this is. But it was 4 problems. My calculus final was 4 problems. So yeah, I know that. I know how like math can get long. And the teacher was always like, show all your work. And that was the practice that we had. We had to show all of our work. And she graded our stuff based on our work, not just because she would give us the problems in the math book that are already solved in the back of the book. Like all the odd number problems were solved in the back of the book. So it wouldn't necessarily be the answer. She'd only give us that so we knew what the answer was. She would grade us on how we got there. So we would have to write everything out. And usually if we changed anything, we had to write that step out. So like if we changed the sign of something, SIGN, if we changed that, we had to write a whole line saying that we changed it, you know. So that was an interesting final. I was surprised. I couldn't believe it. There's 2 problems in the front and 2 problems on the back, and you just had like half a page for each. And as soon as I got it, I was like, I looked at it, I'm like, okay. Everybody refresh. Refresh. Uh-oh. Sorry, I have absolutely no idea. It's like it dropped the frames. You can see it coming. It says dropping frames. It's like that's why I have ear monitors in to make sure it's still going. Okay. Right. Getting back to this. Hopefully everybody got back. Playing wireless. You know, this computer, this laptop here is a beast, and for some reason, it still can't handle being not connected to a hardwire and drop. Pisses me off. Homelands. I forgot what Homelands brought us. Hi, Sadie. Okay, this is going to be a phase where, like, every 1 or 2 minutes, it drops. I get like a whole good hour, and then all of a sudden it just craps out on me. And then it comes up for 2 minutes, then it drops for whatever reason. Then it comes up for 30 seconds, and then it drops. Hi, Sadie. Sadie wants love. Give Sadie some love. Ooh. Do you need to go outside? Do you need to pee-pee? She really only wants love when she needs something. Oh, thank you. She knows when this camera is on. She's always begging for attention. Even when I'm sitting over there in my high chair, she'll jump up on my lap. Like, give me my camera time. Give me my camera time. Here's hugs. You were too cute for words. Okay. We're on for 2 minutes so far. That was her shaking. She's such a goof. Look at her. She went right by the front door because she wants to walk. Watch her ears. Or just watch her in general. She might sprint over here when I say it. Hey, Sadie, you want to walk? You want to walk? She's ready. You know what? I promise we'll go after I get through this. This however we're gonna do it. Okay, it looks like we're stable. So no, she knows. She's good. Don't worry about her. She gets all the love in this house. Don't feel bad for her. Okay, so these are homelands. And I really don't have a lot of homelands. And I'm not exactly sure what the key thing about homelands was. Hey Vex, that's very Grace and Frankie of you. I don't know if you've ever watched Grace and Frankie, but Frankie functions better stoned. She tried to take a driving test and she failed. It wasn't the test. It was the written exam, and she failed the written exam. But she knew all the questions, so she had to get high before she got she she did all that. These are some white homelands. Oh, this one's pretty thick. I have too many cards in this one. Oh, look at this. Somebody's eyeball. Inside the iris is a creature. Like it's coming right for us. This is really funny. Now that I've said the W word, she is just right here. She's not leaving my side. Green homelands. Another spider. Ugh, man. What is it? What is it with green and spiders? Look, it's like crawling on someone's back too. Oh, they're the camel spiders. Oof. A French supporter. French supporter of what? Sadie wants to walk. Okay, well, Sadie, come on. You go outside. They have cheese and bread. I've been to France. I've been to France, and oddly enough, France was not where I tried escargot. I was in Denver when I tried escargot. You know, escargot really don't have any kind of taste, as far as I can say. What they did was they had a few escargot in a pastry that was filled with cheese. So it was cheesy escargot. I don't know. It looked like a popover, basically. Kind of like a popover croissant thing. and it was just stuffed with cheese and escargot. But like escargot wasn't numerous inside the pastry. It was mostly cheese. And when I ate it, I really didn't taste anything. So it's just one of those. Hey, I like garlic. Oof. I love garlic. Garlic is awesome. Okay, let's see. Green Homelands. We're starting to get a Red Homelands. This guy looks familiar. Does he not look? Does he not look some emo something or other that we all know? Joven. He looks like he belongs in a heavy metal rock video. He's part of Slayer or something. Red Homelands. This one. Evaporate deals 1 damage to each blue creature and white creature. Oh, we're in the black homelands now. Oh gosh, these are so packed in here. I shouldn't have these. Well, this is a weird card. Look at how nasty. It's a werewolf. Focus, damn it. Focus. I know, right? Here's the blue homelands. I didn't know that they had two different. They have two different illustrations for the same card. Oh, that's interesting. They have two different illustrations for the same card on a lot of these. Oh, that's very interesting. Didn't even notice. Ether Storm. Ether. Target land becomes a basic land of the type of your choice until the end of turn. Oh my gosh, this one's an 8/8 creature. Does not untap during your untap phase. Cannot attack if the defending player controls no islands. If at any time you control no islands, bury it. 2 blue mana. Sacrifice a creature to untap. Oh, use this ability during your upkeep. 2 blue mana. -1/-0 until a turn deals 1 damage to a target creature. Oh, jeez. Homelands. What's that over here? Oh, and this is my 3E binder, I believe. Well, let's say if I can get through this and then finish up for the day and continue on perhaps tomorrow. Oops. And perhaps Jelly can join us for another day. So this is going to be 3rd edition. -2, -1. Drain life deals one. So some of these are going to be kind of, I guess, more expensive. This one, it's called Pestilence. That's you, huh? You, for 1 black mana, you do 1 damage to each creature and to both players. If there are no creatures in play at the end of turn, Pestilence must be discarded. Just the face, huh? I'm pretty sure we can find something else very, very applicable. I mean, look at this guy. He's poor guy. He's being the card is called Sacrifice. And he's just like, he's ready. Well, he's not ready. He's in panic. Demonic Tutor, I hear, is a expensive card. That'll be you on Friday. Well, just think of it. After Friday, you'll be done for whatever the stress is now, before the next stress kicks in. Oh. Raise the dead. Bring one creature from your graveyard into your hand. Sorceress Queen. Make another creature 0/2 until end of turn. Warp Artifact. Warp Artifact does 1 damage to target artifact's controller during each... Oh, that's pretty nasty. Oh wait, I think maybe this is more applicable, perhaps. What do you think? Mind Twist. You know, one reason I actually don't have a database on uh-oh. Crap. We dropped again. Did we drop again? Refresh. Sorry. Refresh. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try a different tactic here. Okay. Sorry about that. This one's called Gloom. All the hope has left this person. Arg. Well, it looks like we're going to get into the greens. Yeah, this binder is poorly sorted. I know, right? I don't know why it's hating me right now. Cumulatively, this would have been 2.5 hours. But it's ending up being like an hour and a half or something. Another spider, man. Not Spider-Man. A spider. Man. This one's a giant spider. Does not fly, but can block flying creatures. Alrighty. Desert Twister. That's a lot to destroy any card. I remember this card being really famous. Oh, we're into the whites now. So 3E is the base set. And then your expansion's built off of that. Circle of Protections. Healing Salve. Very common. Conversion, here's one of them. All mountains are considered basic plains, while conversion is in play. Play 2 white mana during upkeep, or conversion is discarded. Here's one called the Wrath of God. Bury all creatures in play are buried. That's kind of cheap too for a more white. Karma. Here's the last one. Here's the last whites. We start the reds. What's the most common? We've got the fireballs. Shatter destroys a target artifact. This one, Earthbind. Cast on a flying creature and it removes its flying. Dwarven Warriors. Disintegrate. Smoke. Each player can untap only one creature. All artifacts in play are buried. What is this? Mana Barbs. Whenever mana is drawn from a land, Mana Barbs deals 1 damage to the land's controller. Fork. Everybody loved Fork. Any 1 sorcery or instant spell just cast is duplicated. Treat Fork as an exact copy of the target spell, except that Fork remains red. Caster of Fork chooses the copy of the target. Lightning Bolt. One red mana gives you 3 damage to 1 target. Flash Fires. All planes in play are destroyed. It's called the Whelp. A little dragon in an egg. Target creature gains Mountain Walk. Here are the blues. Here's Timmy, the Prodigal Sorcerer. And where is... Power Sync? Phantom Monster. That one looks really nasty. It's the teeth that do it for me. Why is this green guy over here? Oh, and here's the counter spell. Same thing. Two blue mana. Now these are the artifacts. This one's a living wall. Ew. Nevin Riles disc. Destroy everything. This is the Armageddon card. It's like we're rebooting the game. I don't like what you have in play. Here's the sunglasses. White mana in your mana pool can be used as either white or red mana. Okay. That's my 3E stuff. And before my wireless goes crappy again, I do one last thing today, and that's bring out my collector's edition box, because I have it set up. It's like, oh, show your Black Lotus, and here's my Black Lotus. Yay. 0 cost card and 3 mana of any single color. And then I have the Moxes. It's Mox Jet, Mox Ruby, Mox Emerald, Mox Sapphire, Mox Pearl, the Beard. See, I knew it. I knew it was gonna mess up. I'm so sorry. Alright, so I guess the chi is against me today. And we'll continue on another day very soon. Perhaps Monday, perhaps Tuesday at the latest. Ugh, so sorry, everybody. I don't know why. It's just being really crappy today. So I owe you all another stream for this. And in the meantime, I'll see what it is I can actually piece together to make a decent one. But anyway, off I go today. Concluding. Yeah. Ugh. Thank you. Enjoy your late evening. I believe late evening. I shall be back someday soon. Take care. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Oh. Cheers. Salute. See you tomorrow. Game on.